Hi Sagittarius, welcome to your daily tarot reading. Thank you for joining me in this reading. I'm going to be using the Light Seers deck and the Lover's Oracle deck. So remember to take what resonates from the reading and to leave behind whatever you feel does not. So let's find out what messages come through with the cards. So the first card we have is the Knight of Pentacles. With this card, you could be dealing with a earth sign, so a Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn. Next, we have the Eight of Cups. With the Eight of Cups, you could be dealing with a water sign, so a Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. And finally, we have the Empress card. And at the bottom of the deck, we have the Six of Swords. So the Six of Swords, you could be dealing with an air sign. So Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Okay, so with the Six of Swords at the bottom of the deck, with this card, this is all about being able to make a move from perhaps a turbulent place where there may be a lot of tension or conflict. And this is about being able to perhaps make that move very successfully with this card and moving towards a place which is more stable and also feels more peaceful. And with this card, this is about being able to do that very successfully and also having the surroundings also in agreement with being able to allow you to make that shift. So this is about being able to have harmonious connections as well. So this may be a connection that it may be a period whereby everybody is in agreement with the idea that perhaps things need to be changed and we need to make a move into perhaps a better place, and this is about being supported in that move. And with the Knight of Pentacles, this is a card that shows a relationship or a connection that is very stable. It is one that provides a lot of security as well. So this card shows a very reliable energy. This card shows the kind of connection that is very stable and very strong in terms of the bond. So with this card, this could also be about perhaps somebody else who you are in connection with at this time. This could also be about that this connection being strong enough to also be able to move out of a turbulent state. And I'm getting that the other person in this connection is somebody who is also very committed and is also someone who's very dependable with this Knight of Pentacles. So this card also shows a need for patience. So I'm also seeing this other person could be somebody who's very patient. They're not somebody who loses patience very easily or very quickly. They are willing to perhaps devote the time and the effort into making things work. So this is very reliable energy from the other person. And with the Eight of Cups, this is also about being able to make a transition. So I'm getting that perhaps you are making a transition with this connection, or perhaps it may be personal as well. With the Eight of Cups, this is about being able to leave behind something that could be perhaps meeting your needs halfway, but it is still lacking something in some way. And that is why perhaps you may be choosing to move forward from it. And this is about seeking out something better, seeking out the truth, and also moving in a direction whereby you will find it. So with this card, there is the sun on the horizon, and that is why where this person is moving towards this acts of bravery of being able to perhaps leave behind the familiar in pursuit of something that resonates more with them is something that does get rewarded ultimately with this Eight of Cups. So with the Empress card, this is a card all about perhaps being able to birth some kind of a creation that is going to be very abundant in nature. So with the Empress card, this is also a card that shows some harvest season that you may be stepping into. So this could also be very abundant period in time. It could also be about your creations and anything that you're working on, or anything that you have been trying to manifest, or anything that you may have started coming into fruition. And with the Empress card, this is also very attractive energy, but with it also being Venus energy. So you could also be looking very attractive at this time. I'm seeing your beauty is at the forefront. You may be looking very beautiful. And I'm also seeing that being able to perhaps walk away from something that feels like it is not meeting your desire, your needs, and also that transition, that move from a very turbulent, stressful situation could be also what is leading to perhaps you coming into a glow up with that Empress card, and that could also be what is also allowing there to be space for something new to come into your life, and also something very favorable and abundant in nature. So this Empress card could also be representative of another person in this connection, or if you have not yet met another person, this could also be about the other person that you may be meeting. So the Empress card shows that they are very nurturing and they are very supportive in nature. So with them being very nurturing, this also shows a very committed energy coming from this other person. And I'm also getting that this other person is somebody who perhaps really cares about your projects or anything that you are trying to achieve, but they also care about you on a very deep level. They want to see you perhaps be able to accomplish whatever you need in order to be happy. They want to see you happy, and they want to be able to support you in any transitions that you feel you need to undergo. And I'm seeing this is somebody who's perhaps a huge source of support in anything that you may need to do. And with the Empress card, this is also about beauty and attractiveness, and I'm seeing that perhaps that's how they view you. They view your willpower as very attractive. They also recognize and appreciate your beauty, and that's your outer beauty as well as your inner beauty. I'm seeing this person is somebody who perhaps has a lot of care for you, and they also really do appreciate you and your presence. So with this card, it also shows an abundance that is also possible. So with anything that you may be working on, or with anything that you feel like you need to take action on, this is about being able to gain financial security as a result of that, or being able to acquire some kind of an abundance as a result of it. So the Empress card could also show perhaps any transitions, any moves that you are making in terms of perhaps taking a risk and moving into a new direction or moving into a new field, are something that leads you towards something that is very favorable and a very abundant outcome. So essentially with the Empress card, it is about birthing some kind of a creation that brings in the sense of stability and the sense of abundance. And this could also be representative of a connection that is moving to the next level and moving to a more committed phase, and even being able to perhaps birth a new family, starting a family if that is what you desire as well. So I'm going to pull out 3 cards from the Lovers Oracle deck. So I'm going to pull out 1 card for this overall connection, and a card for anybody else who is involved, and a card for you in this connection, Sagittarius. So I'm going to start with the card for you. So the first card that came out is this one, and it says Secret Admirer. Someone has deeper feelings for you than they are letting on. Okay, so with the Empress card, that's also very attractive energy. So this could even be somebody outside of a connection, but it could also be about perhaps deep feelings in the sense of perhaps somebody is not letting you know just how deeply they feel for you. So also the other person in this connection could be represented as being a secret admirer as far as perhaps those feelings and just how deep they really go. So I'm going to pull out a card for the other person. So this is the card that came out, and it says Transformation. Your relationship with one another is about to deepen. Love conquers and transforms all things. Okay, so with this card saying that your relationship with another is about to deepen, this could be about entering a new phase in a connection. And with a lot of these cards, this is all about making some kind of a transition, and even perhaps creating with the Empress card. So it could be about perhaps being able to enter a new phase in this connection, adding an addition to this connection. And also perhaps if you have not yet met this other person, this is all about perhaps coming into a connection, and that could be your own that transition could be about you and another person finally coming into unity, and that is the relationship kind of deepening and moving to a new phase. So I'm also getting very supportive energy with this card as well, what with it saying that love conquers and transforms all things. Okay, so finally I'm going to pull out a card for this overall connection. So this is the card that came out. It says, when you pass from this world, you take nothing with you but your soul and the memories you have shared with those you love. Okay, so with this card, I'm really getting it being all-encompassing. This is all about being able to perhaps love very deeply, and also about being able to experience life to its fullest with that Eight of Cups, as opposed to settling for something that is perhaps familiar or that is the safe option, and instead being willing and open to perhaps exploring. And also with the Empress card, I'm getting that could be about being able to leave behind some kind of a legacy. And with this card saying that when you pass from this world, you take nothing with you but your soul and the memories you have shared with those you love. I'm getting that this could also be about that creation that perhaps you start and you are bold enough to express and to get creative, to create. Okay, so that is the message that I get with these cards, Sagittarius. So I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will speak to you in tomorrow's reading. Bye, Sagittarius.